We are back with another video. And today's video is going to be a Q&A and a body update on how my bulk is going. So this will not be a bulking episode. It will just be a little extra for you guys. So recently, about a couple days ago, I posted an Instagram story asking you guys to ask me questions, and I will answer them on a video anonymously. Hopefully they revolve around fitness. But yeah, so I think I got like 20 or so questions, which is good. I'm happy I got some. So I'm going to answer them, and we're going to go through there. So first, that one is not going to be answered on here. Next question. How can you lose a hand with 2 queens and 2 kings? Okay. I guess you flop trip kings. I don't know. And I guess the queens just got. I mean, you never told me what hand you had, so I can't really help you there. I'm sorry you lost that hand though. Poker sucks. What's my favorite hobby? Okay. Jiu-jitsu is not a hobby, so I can't really choose that. Hobby. Oh, I love tennis. And I'm gonna call it a hobby, even though it's not. It's more of a sport, but I do it as a hobby. Like during break, like winter break or summer break, I'll go out with friends and we'll play some tennis. And none of us play like seriously. It's just like kind of a fun little thing we do because there's tons of courts around where I live. And yeah, and we just go back and forth. We play. We get super competitive with it. It's a good time. So tennis, I guess, would be a fun hobby of mine. Next question: what's your favorite cheat meal? It's pizza. It's pizza 100%. I mean, there's no debating that. It's pizza for sure. My diet's pretty strict right now when I'm bulking, but like back then when I wasn't really doing this whole phase, I wouldn't even call it a cheat meal because I'd have like, I don't know, I'd eat unhealthy probably like once a week or so. But yeah, it's definitely pizza. Pizza's the go. Next question. Does Louis weigh more than you? Louis does not weigh more than me. And for anybody who doesn't know who Louis is, he's my big ass fucking Labrador. And he's probably 120 pounds. I do not know how much he weighs. I could go weigh him for you if you want to know how much he weighs. How long is your average workout? Right now, it's anywhere from an hour to an hour and 45. And that seems like a big gap. But my workouts range from various types of sets and how long I do them for and reps and stuff like that. And whether I do cardio before or bodyweight after and how I finish things, it all ranges. But it's anywhere, it's always over an hour, at least. It's at least an hour. And I'm not necessarily saying you have to work out for an hour. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that's how I do it. And that's how I've always done it. Balls or shaft? Fucking damn it. You fucking pieces of shit. No question there. Do they have gyms in Ecuador? So I explained this a little bit during my vlog when I was on vacation. In Ecuador, yeah, I mean, I'd assume they have gyms in Ecuador. It's a big fucking country. I hope they have a gym. In the Galapagos, at least the island I was staying on, San Cristobal, they do not. So if you want to go on vacation and you are somebody that really, really, really needs weights, I don't recommend that island. There's not one gym. There's not even a hotel gym. So don't go to San Cristobal, Galapagos if you, like, require a gym, and which I think is a little odd. If you're on vacation, calm down, you can do some bodyweight exercises, but they do not have a gym. It was all bodyweight stuff. It was fun, it was enjoyable. It's just not great when you're bulking. It's not the best thing ever. But yeah, Galapagos was fun, man. The trip was insane. But am I a one-hit wonder? My first video did blow up. And I have not gotten anything as good since. So, yes, I guess technically right now I am a one-hit wonder. God, I'm talking super quiet. Yes, I am a one-hit wonder. Anonymous question. What's up next? What is your favorite muscle to hit? This is gonna be weird, but traps. I don't know. I've always just had like an obsession with growing like these like bald, like these ball traps like that you see on those like fucking like because they're not even like on bodybuilders necessarily. They're like, I always see it on these like these crazy ass athletes that just have these like monstrous traps. But yeah, traps. Next question. How much do you integrate cardio into your workouts? Like I said, when I started this channel, I was training jiu-jitsu on a daily basis. So like that was my main form of cardio. It takes a lot out of you, and I was training 4 to 5 times a week. So that took a lot. So I wasn't really, like, for example, when I would work out those weeks or those days, I wouldn't like go run or before or after a workout. Or I wouldn't go do like a certain specific type of cardio involved in my workout to cut down. But now that I've taken a break for a bit because of how into this YouTube channel I've gotten and everything else, and going on break at school and finals and everything, I still haven't really integrated any cardio. It's kind of bad, but my push-up routine, I showed you guys it before. It's pretty enduring. Like, I'd say I'm at like 280 or 300 push-ups in like a 30-minute span, which takes a lot out of you. And it sounds like it's a very short period of time, but it really does test your body. And I'd say that's my biggest kind of cardio. I mean, I'm an active person. I go play sports with friends. I go do things. I involve myself in intramural activities and things like that. So, I mean, I'm a very active person, and I believe that cardio is important. What is your max reps for 225? My max reps for 225 ever was 13. Right now, I'm somewhere around 11 to 13. So, like, no matter what, I'll get more than 11, but sometimes I won't really put up the 13. I'll get like 11 to 12. And I guess if you want to know this, how I kind of got my numbers up from there. Like, whatever your goal is for your 225, right? Let's say you really want to bench 225 for 5 reps. Go down to 145, right? Bench it 5 times. You can do that. Go up 10 pounds. You can bench 5 times. You can do that. Find your spot where benching 5 times becomes difficult and start working from there. Don't jump up to 225. Don't start repping it 2 or 3 times and start trying to get to that 5 rep max by just constantly benching 225 every time you go out there, because that will just, in my opinion, it just takes a lot longer of a time. I think you should work up from a lower weight and just start slowly working up with that 10-pound increase and go from there. And I think that's the best way to look at it. In my opinion, it's worked for me. I'm hoping to get a 15 rep max on 225 soon. Yeah, so that'd be one of my big goals. I think 15 reps on 225 would be like stellar. So, how did you transfer to UCLA, and where did you come from? This is gonna be kind of a long answer. Is your friend here already?
No, I just realized all the doors and slamming in your video.
You're good. I started off in high school, and I had really no idea where I wanted to go to college. I didn't know if it was like something I was going to do from a 2-year, if I was going to go, or whatever it was. So I didn't even apply. It was junior year. My grades weren't great, and I kind of knew community college is like where I was going to go. I had an idea, and I kind of realized that like my odds of getting to certain colleges with that GPA. Senior year came around, my grades were, I think my grades in high school were somewhere around like a 2.3, 2.4. It wasn't good. So I knew I was going to CC, like I said before. So I graduated high school, and I went to Sierra College, and it's in California, Rockland, Northern California. And I studied there for 2 years. And during my first couple semesters, I was like, I hate this. I hate being home. All my friends are having fun. Everyone's doing things. What am I doing right now? What do I want to study? And I had no kind of goal. It took 2 semesters, so a full year of community college until I really realized that I wanted to do something with like sales or marketing. So I started off with a marketing major, and I started doing classes at college for that. Realized it wasn't like fully my gig. I wasn't really invested. I took a few communication courses, and I really enjoyed it. I like the idea of it. I think selling myself is extremely important in today and in the real world, when you start applying for real jobs and doing internships and stuff. I think how you use your voice and the way you use it with others is super important, and I think it was something that I really wanted to change in myself, because it's different for everyone. Certain people are growing up with the talent of just really using their words in very persuasive ways, or using their words to charm others, and I think it's something that it's a small tweak, but when you learn how to really use your voice in public and in front of people or in front of mass amounts of groups, it's really important. But anyways, so I kind of found my love for communications, but I still wanted to integrate it into business, right? Because I wanted to be specific with what I wanted to do in life. So I would say, okay, I'm gonna major in communications and minor in marketing and do something like that, or minor in economics. Because I was already taking 2 economic courses at the time, and I didn't want to just let those slide because those were difficult courses, and I did well on them. So anyway, with my grades, I'm trying to make this quick, but I want to make it also like in depth so you can understand fully. I got a 4.0 first semester, 4.0 second semester, and in my opinion, community college is much easier than high school. I don't know if it's just because the lack of social interactions and the lack of social distractions, but it was easier for me. So 2 semesters went by, I declared as a communications major, and I was going to find my minor after I transferred to another school. So I think it was junior year. Who's here? So I applied to schools, a lot of them were in California, and the cool way it works here in California, I don't know if it works out of state, you'll have to search that up too, is there's a tag system. So you tag one school and you automatically get in that school if you meet their GPA requirement. So for example, I tagged UC Santa Barbara, and I think, I don't want to be 100% sure, their GPA requirement at the time was a 3.4, and if you achieve that GPA requirement for your specific major, you're automatically into the school. So that was nice to know that I had one school that was automatic, right? So that school was like, bottom line, if everything goes bad, I can still go to UC Santa Barbara, which you find out about that school the earliest as well. So it's something that you just get out of the way and like, okay, like my stress is done. I got in that school, and then whatever happens next is a bonus at that point. So I applied for all these schools in California, and I got into Santa Barbara around April. And by the way the system works, it's called the IGETC system for UC schools. You complete all their course requirements for your specific major. So I had to take economics, I had to take math courses, I had to take all this extra shit, right? You take all of it, you make sure you take all of it, and then you go on to certain schools, like let's say you choose your top 5 schools, right? You go to your top 5 schools on those websites, and we go over the additional courses you could take for that specific school that gives you a better look. I mean, that's the way I'm gonna say it because it makes sense. So if you take, let's say you wanted to go to Berkeley, right? And you were an economics major, and Berkeley specifically had certain courses they wanted you to take, regardless of what other schools want. If you take all those courses that Berkeley requires, not requires, these are recommended courses at this point. It makes your application look better if you take all of those recommended courses. So let's say you take them, right? You do them for all these schools. It gives you better looks for all those schools. So you need to choose, I'd say choose a relative 3 to 5 schools that you think are most important, schools that you really want to get into, and you go from there. So I chose 5 schools. I found out from UC Santa Barbara first. I got in. It was the tag requirement I talked about, so I met the 3.4 requirement GPA. And by the way, my GPA in college was a 3.96. So it wasn't a 4.0. So for anyone freaking out, well, can I get any schools out of 4.0? Yes, you can. So I applied to all these schools, and I was like, okay, UC Santa Barbara, right? And I kind of thought, personally, okay, there's no way I'm going to get in my dream schools with a 3.96. Usually people say you need a 4.0 in community college to get in these schools. It's like, all right. It wasn't even settling, in my opinion, because UC Santa Barbara was somewhere I always wanted to go, so I was really happy. You want to get into, and you go from there. So I chose 5 schools. I chose UCLA, I chose UC Berkeley, USC, and Northwestern. Those were my, Michigan too. So those are my 5 schools. Sorry, I only said 4 there. Those are my 5 schools I really wanted to get into junior year. So time flew by, like I explained the IGETC thing, and I found out from UC Santa Barbara first. I got in. Obviously, it was the tag requirement I talked about, so I met the 3.4 requirement GPA. And by the way, my GPA in college was a 3.96. So it wasn't a 4.0. So for anyone freaking out, well, can I get any schools out of 4.0? Yes, you can. So I applied to all these schools, and I was like, okay, UC Santa Barbara, right? And I kind of thought, personally, okay, there's no way I'm going to get in my dream schools with a 3.96. Usually people say you need a 4.0 in community college to get in these schools. It's like, all right. It wasn't even settling, in my opinion, because UC Santa Barbara was somewhere I always wanted to go, so I was really happy. So I started messaging friends, I started messaging students at UC Santa Barbara looking for roommates. I found roommates, I found a place. I was almost ready to get it going. Like I told my parents, like, this is a cool place. I want to meet these people. Let's book this thing. So we were like, okay, we'll get a plane flight, whatever, this and that. May came around, and I got into UCLA, and I was like, whoa, what the fuck, right? So I started calling my friends. I was like, yo, this is like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to go to UC Santa Barbara anymore, because I don't know. I just thought it was a once in a lifetime opportunity. I really wasn't expecting it, so I was kind of sold. But I got rejected from Berkeley, and for those of you who are wondering why I got rejected from Berkeley, I mean, this is my personal opinion. It could have been any reason. It could have been that I wasn't qualified, which is perfectly fine. I'm not like saying I wasn't. What I'm saying is I didn't take those specific courses that they recommended you to take for that specific major. So it's something to look at, and that's what I was saying, because Berkeley was up there, but obviously I only had so much time to take so many courses, because I only wanted to spend 2 years in CC. If you want to spend 3 years in CC, that's great. You'll have more time to complete these courses for all these different schools and give yourself a better chance when you transfer. But what I'm saying is that it's really important to lock down those key schools you really want to get into, and then take those courses for that requirement. And now, like I said, I don't know if this is the same for out of state. I don't know if this is the same for somebody wanting to apply to any UC school that lives in Alabama or Texas or Miami or wherever it may be. I'm just saying, in California, that's how it works with the IGETC program. Yeah, so I transferred to UCLA. It was my choice. Went to orientation. I started, and now I'm at school there, and I love it. I want to do like a day in the life thing while on campus and stuff. The quarter system is brutal. Classes are rough, but I love it. I mean, I just love where I am. So Westwood's a great place. So yeah, that's my kind of my story. I answered your guys' questions. I brought in some of my own questions too, and I kind of gave the big key purpose of this video, which is to tell you guys how I got into UCLA. And that's not me trying to brag in any way. It's more just me really explaining the importance of community college in general, and how the stigma it has nowadays is kind of changing a bit, hopefully. I know back then community college was like a hellhole, and like you don't want to go there, you're an idiot if you go there. So yeah, it's a big way to save money too. So yeah, I just thought I'd share that with you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the insights I had. Stay tuned for the bulking series. We're going to keep it going. We're going to keep strong. I'm going to post another video soon. I will see you guys later. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe. Give me something. Give me some information you guys want. Give me something you guys need. I will post it. Ooh, look at that lighting. All right. I'll see you guys soon. Hopefully you enjoyed. Good luck in college. Good luck on finals. Later.